Hello, it's Forex News for Wednesday, March 24th, provided to you by InstaForex News Team and me, Kate Stichina. If the Canadian dollar does not attain parity with the US dollar now, then it will do this later. In fact, there is a very high probability of the American currency's reduction to the level of 1.95 against the Canadian dollar, which was observed in 2007 for the last time. The reason of the continuing strengthening of the Canadian dollar is very simple. Since the Canadian economy in a greater degree depends on the raw material prices, Canada recovers faster than the USA, and the increase of the interest rates will start in Canada earlier than in the USA. The only one factor which restrains the Canadian currency is the terms of the interest rate rise. The decrease of the US dollar from the rate of 1.28 against the Canadian dollar at the beginning of 2009 has already toughened the monetary policy of Canada and provided the maintaining of the low inflationary pressure. As a result, the monetary market of Canada, which now takes into account the probability of the interest rate advance by 140 basis points in the quotations during 12 months, probably ran ahead a little, and the Canadian currency, having a support recently, probably lost the growth potential partly. It also can be said that for the last time, when the Canadian currency was close to parity with the dollar, the jump in oil prices and the activity of the operations on the margins and takeovers caused the considerable inflows of the assets in Canada. Now the oil prices are stable, and the activity at the market of mergers and takeovers, if such exist, grows in the reverse direction. Nevertheless, the prospects of the Canadian economy remain favorable because the recovery of the economy in Asia promotes the good demand for the primary export commodities of the country. Anyway, the economic upturn may accelerate, and this eventually will cause the inflationary pressure, which will force the Bank of Canada to change the interest rate till the US FRS will start its raise of the interest rate. The importance of the housing market was clearly shown by the data on the retail sales in January published on Friday. This data presented the unexpectedly high increase by 0.7%. This advance was partly caused by the enlargement of the construction materials selling. Besides, the data on the consumer price inflation in Canada, which demonstrated the growth of the base consumer price index by 0.7%, with the forecast by 0.3%, strengthened the fears concerning the rising price pressure and ultimately sustained the necessity of the inevitable raise of the interest rate. In this way, though the Canadian dollar declined a little the growth rates with the approximation to parity with the US dollar, the achievement of parity and its further upturn above the US dollar is just a question of time. This will be caused by the increasing difference between interest rates in Canada and the USA. It was Forex News provided to you by InstaForex News Team. Goodbye.